say that because the first time that I met that particular person, it was the night that my ex-wife was supposed to go to me to a barbecue. We got into it that night. She was on a computer in the bed, and she made this statement to me. We got into it. She said, "Go out there and find your girlfriend." She said, I mentioned this on the show, she admitted to it and all that, but she said, "Go out there and find your girlfriend." And she was up in the bed on her computer. And I'm like, wow. So honestly, that got into my spirit apparently, because that night the girl I told her, I said, "Listen, I want you to be my girlfriend."
That's what you said?
I said, yeah. And I told her that night, I said, "Look, I want a girlfriend." And I told her XYZ. And
did you tell her you were married though?
Oh, yeah, I did. I always wore my ring. Always wore my ring. Always wore my ring. And I know it wasn't a good thing, but at the time, that for me, there was comfort. There was someone respecting me as a man and things of that nature. Someone really listened to me. Someone that really catered to me.
Right.
And apparently, at that moment, that's something I was searching for.
Somebody stroke your ego.
Hell yeah, I needed that. She just mentioned. She just asked me, did I feel guilty? It's crazy because in the beginning phase, I felt guilty. It was like, damn, what am I doing? But I guess as time progressed, I felt less and less guilty. It almost like it became the norm. So I guess for anybody, it's don't get up into that situation. Because it's like 7 years in, I still communicate with that girl, and she is the mother of my son.
Well, honey. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back, reporting live from the first floor. But anyways, honey, we got some Tony Gaskins, honey. I ran into a video from Mr. Tony Gaskins. I think he was a guest host on somebody else's show. And he got to talking some good stuff about how these men should treat the women better, honey. Because as women, we go through a lot. We are up against a lot, And he just feel like the men, that's out in the world should treat us a lot better, okay? Like, it seems like the world is filled with Martell Holtz, honey, that reside on the first floor. That ain't what we as women want. Okay, so without further ado, honey, I'm going to play some of that Tony Gaskins interview. And I got some other audio, honey, with Hook Headed and Melody, honey, arguing, because Tony goes, tell you men how y'all should be talking to y'all women.
Growing, I'm evolving, but what do we as single men need to be doing now to position ourselves to be ready to get that kind of woman?
I feel like the major issue with single men today is getting caught up online, listening to other single men who do not know how to be in a relationship with a woman. The biggest relationship voices have been single men. So when single men are talking to all men, it's just the blind leading the blind. But what I've learned as a man is that it's truly on us to accept responsibility. And what makes us a man, our rite of passage into manhood, is accepting 100% responsibility for our life. Not blaming the white man, not blaming the government, not blaming our dad, not blaming our mom, and not fighting against our women. But when we say, if it's meant to be, it's up to me, when we take that approach, that's when everything changes. So I went into the space of seeking to understand, then being understood. And when I took that step, that's when everything changed. And it's hard. It's hard for men because we equate our net worth to our self-worth. So when we feel we're making money, we feel better about ourselves.
That is so true.
When we don't have money, we feel like crap.
That's so true.
And when we have money, we look down on other people. Especially our woman. If she doesn't have money.
Wow.
I pay all these bills. You don't do nothing. I've been guilty of that.
Wow.
So I lived it and experienced it.
Yeah.
And then I had to realize, man, I'm associating everything that's good to money.
You know, I won't even mention like an ideal woman. I just feel like if you're married and, you know, if your husband wants sex tonight, I mean, give it to him. If he won't head tomorrow, give it to him. As long as he's definitely handling his business. Now, I can see if it was a dude a husband that you taking care of, he don't want to get a job, he's not helping with the kids, he putting all this strain on you, all this burden on you, not trying to help you grow. See, the thing is, you know, I was behind Melody 100%. You know, even with our companies, I allowed her to be like CEO and things like that of our company, to be the face of it, because I just thought it would do better, you know? But that's me not being a selfish person. You follow me? I had no problem with that. This is my wife, so I want her to be, I want to be looked at as someone great, you know? And that's what I've done ever since the beginning. You know, she's had my back on a lot of things, which I appreciate, but, you know, it's come to the point where you're dragging me, and it's not cool. Considering everything that I've done for this family, for her personally, and things of that nature. I mean, it's been tough.
Crediting a woman and not realizing how priceless it is to carry a child.
Chris, ask you, would you like to build some houses on the 47 acres? It seemed like you, I ain't gonna say had my back, but you did have my back, because you know that wasn't, to me, that wasn't a good look. Then you should come talk to your friend first. As I told him, as he should have.
Both of us are his friends. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with what Chris did.
It's
not out for me. I told him to talk to you, but I'm still considering it.
Same reason you told him to go talk to Martell. Who is Martell? Your ex-husband.
Okay.
His friend who brought the deal to the table. Go talk to Martell. That's my whole point. So stop being difficult with me.
I don't make it an issue.
No.
Like,
I'm not making it a big issue.
Yeah, don't let that mess up the friendship or
no,
nothing.
oh no, hell no. It's not gonna mess up our friendship.
Okay.
But it's more like, don't ever do that again, though. I would not go to your ex-wife before I come to you, the man, first. Period. Oh, so are you gonna build houses on it?
I told him to send me the specs and then the price point.
Girl, your ass ain't never built a house. Bye.
Oh, I built houses, Martell Holt. Let's be clear, because if that was the case, I could say you ain't built no house. I ain't seen you never lay one brick, pour one piece of concrete, put up one frame.
Yes, you did.
Hey, no, I didn't. So,
Hey, look, man.
what's good for the goose?
Hey, stop, chill. Don't do that. I don't like that.
You started it.
To take care and raise, to be a backbone, to be a support system, to be a CEO, like not realizing the capability of this woman.
Yeah.
But instead thinking because I can make money, which I make money in my sleep.
Yeah.
I make 7 figures working 7 hours a week. So that let me know it's not hard to make money. But yet, if I had to do everything that my wife does, I'd be ready to blow my brains out. And that's what men not really taking into account. That the life of a woman, honestly, is miserable.
For real.
The life of a woman is miserable. 70% of women never have a release during intercourse. 99% of men can't last more than 60 seconds.
You teach it good.
The only thing we doing as men is making money. We make money, but then we strip her of her self-worth, of her self-respect, of her dignity by how we talk to her, by controlling her.
And the children are a trigger. Second of all, what I'm doing with my career, I also don't appreciate you having things to say about that. Let me give you an example. Another trigger that happened last night.
Okay.
So whenever I'm sitting, I'm like, I was like, okay, well, I've been pretty busy as I just finished shooting my video. That bull. Now, here's my issue with that. You, Martell, actually have written me and told me congratulations on my song. You asked about.
I don't know about the song, but I said congratulations.
It was on the song when I dropped it. You said congratulations on that.
I ain't saying the song.
The day it dropped.
But go ahead, they got it. Go.
Secondly, you complained about me not inviting you to the single release party.
Listen, I want you to continue to elevate. I want you to do great in life, no matter if it's through music, through acting, through anything. I've always wanted you to do great. Stop. I'm talking now.
But I wasn't done.
Like, you be quiet.
I wasn't done.
I ain't answering that question. I'm answering it.
It's a yes or no answer.
I'm going. Hey, look, we're gonna see outside.
That's okay. So anyway, you want to be on some like that bull? I don't say for all the stupid stuff I see you doing. Don't insult what I'm doing because I'm not gonna insult what you're doing. I should have said a whole lot about you and your side chick.
You been a side chick to 2 dudes already.
Boy, please, I ain't no side chick and I ain't gonna be no side chick. I don't know what you thinking.
You was a side chick. You was a side chick and he had a fiance.
Y'all hear all that drama, all that toxicity, all that disrespect, honey? We as women, we shouldn't have to put up with that. Okay, Tony even knows that that's not right. Come on, Tony, and preach to these men on the first floor, honey. That's just like hook-headed, honey. Tell us what's going on, Tony.
By dominating her. And then she changing dirty diapers. She up in the middle of the night when a baby got colic. She doing the most monotonous, tedious, boring things. But we get the thrill of flying from Jacksonville to D.C. to do what we love to do.
Yep.
But we look at what our woman is doing.
Wow.
And it's like, And then we expect the woman to be 100 in business, but you bring it to the table. But then be 100 as a mom.
Oh my gosh.
And when you think about it, me being a father, I can't do both.
And do y'all hear what he's saying? That's just like hook-headed. He expect for Melody to provide for those children. Okay? He expects that, but then when she goes to work, it's all this complaining about who's watching the kids and why you didn't call me. And see, he's being controlling, even though he's not even with her, still trying to control and dominate her life. Make it make sense.
Oh my God.
Last night I'm sitting there and I'm on my phone. My 8-year-old comes up to me. Hey, Dad. Can we watch that animal show on Netflix? I did not feel like doing that. You would think I would be excited about it.
Right.
But the trials and the tribulations of the world is so heavy. It's so great. My calling is so heavy.
Yeah.
I literally had to force myself to shut that off, put my phone down, and go sit for about an hour with my 8-year-old watching Netflix.
Wow.
And be into that animal show.
Wow.
Like I don't have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
And that became the priority.
Wow.
And so a lot of men who relish in that with their kids, they don't make any money.
Martell Holt. Okay. That's why he's suing her now for child support, honey.
They make that $42,000. They literally 9 to 5, they come home and they live for their kids.
Yeah.
And then a lot of men who make a lot of money find that it's hard to be 100. And that's when what my wife said to me made perfect sense. So I think as men, we got to seek to understand.
You said something that is so, it's convicting. And before I even go there, man, I want to apologize to ladies on behalf of us single men who, I mean, it was just so, I was like, ooh, that's true. You said 7% of ladies don't get a release, but probably 100% of men get released.
100% of men get released.
You know what I'm saying? Our lives are not miserable, but ladies' lives are miserable.
And they don't call it that, though.
They don't.
But if we had to live their life,
that will be miserable for us.
It would be miserable
if
for us.
I never got a release.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
If you never got a release.
Oh my gosh.
The man.
I am married and you told me I ain't gonna talk. Listen.
Right. And then the man talking down to you. Most men are not intimate. Most men don't want to make out for 5-10 minutes. They
want to go straight on in.
They want to wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And so this woman been running behind kids. She been cooking. She been cleaning. She been doing all this stuff. The roles of what is a housemaid? That's not a job that we covet, but that's what we reduce a woman to, being a housemaid. So after reducing her to being a housemaid, we then say, hey, get on your back. And then we can't say thank you in any other way with the way we treat her. And so what I'm saying, honestly, the state of relationships is terrible.
Yeah.
But as a man, what I had to realize is terrible because of us.
Yeah, we're not owning it.
We're not owning up. We're not stepping up. We're making excuses for ourselves as men. Mm-hmm. And I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And when I sat down and I looked, I said, man, Tony, the message God is giving you is actually convicting you. God talking to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just sharing it with the world.
Yeah.
But I had to embody that.
Yeah.
I have to be more emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
I have to be more understanding and respecting of my wife's calling and what she brings to our relationship, and not minimizing it because it's not dollar signs attached to it.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of them will do. They will tear you down to build themselves up. And what type of man does that? A coward, a punk. Okay? A real man doesn't treat his woman like that. A real man knows what your role is. He sees what you do for the family.
And understanding that's priceless. We can't put a price on that.
You know, I see a therapist 2 times a month, and I think I'm adding this to my next session. Because I never thought about it the way that you just said it. I've always known that one of my weaknesses, and I talk about this in therapy, is it's the time. You know how you say you have to give your son time to go watch Netflix. I have to create time and force myself to give the person who I'm dating time within a relationship. But I want to make sure too that my wife gets a release. And I've been guilty, pre-save days, of just wham bam and didn't care if she got it or not. And intimacy is so much more than sex. It's true intimacy between you and your loved one. And I think I need to have that conversation to make sure that I'm starting to program my mind before I meet my wife, that I am prepared to be intimate, that I am prepared to not be a part of that step, because my wife will not. And so I go to therapy with BetterHelp, and I wasn't even going to add this in there, but I mean, I want to encourage you, brothers, we got to step up to the plate.
Look at that, telling y'all to go to therapy. What Miss Robinson been telling y'all, okay?
And we need to, first mentally rearrange some stuff, talk about some stuff, and seek wisdom, seek counsel. And so I want to encourage you to join me in therapy this month.
Right, and I'll tell you the truth. When I do a video for men, they say, what about the woman?
Exactly.
When I do a video for women, they say, what about the man?
Yep.
Nobody wants to look in the mirror. But truthfully, it's more women seeking relationship knowledge than men.
Absolutely.
So because I talk on relationships so much, that's why now my YouTube is 95% women. Because the videos are mostly on relationships.
Yeah.
So that shows you men are not even preparing to be successful in a relationship. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? And then wondering, why aren't we successful in a relationship?
Because we're not trying to learn.
We prepare to be successful in crypto.
Yeah.
In Forex.
Yeah.
In real estate.
Yeah.
All they care about is their money, okay? Some of them. That's what everything is about.
Yeah.
Is making money.
Yeah.
Earning your leisure.
Yep.
Earning your freedom.
Yep.
Earning your... Everything is about making money.
Yeah.
Let's add just a little bit of April Mason, honey. Okay, ain't nothing like a dash of April.
So
Men out here thinking, yeah, I'm a six-figure man because, I make this much money, I live this way, and I don't want no woman that ain't beautiful. Just because you make money and you got a Cora and you own some property and stuff, that don't make you a high-value man. You do know men with money get left all day, every day. You need me? They get left all day, every day because that's all they have to offer. So develop the other parts of you. We done got it so twisted. It's like, if he don't make six figures or don't have a degree, he not a high value man. You know, it's some degreed up, paid up food. Okay? And they have this thing that just because I can do what's on my basic dig list, that makes them valuable. But once again, their value, just like I said last night about the ladies, their value is coming from what they do, not who they are. That's different. So a lot of y'all brothers out here running around with your six figures thinking that, you can just treat women any kind of way or talk to them any kind of way because you're viewing yourself as higher value than them. No. If I can't have a conversation with you, child, I'm going to be up out of here.
Wall Street. We sit and we focus so much on money, not realizing that you can't buy a real woman.
Right.
Money won't keep a real woman.
Right.
It's been men who brag about themselves in the bedroom and the woman leave them. men who we watch billionaires
Absolutely.
get left by their woman.
All day long.
And so what's going to keep a woman is learning and understanding what does she need. And that's so much more than money, but we have reduced her to just being money hungry or she don't want a man. And here's the thing.
Talk to me.
Men, we got to change our labeling.
Okay.
So when you talk like I talk, you're a simp.
All day long.
And that's the problem.
I get called that all day long.
That's the problem.
Hey, you a simp. You simping. I'm like, what?
Right.
Because I'm being respectful and honoring and trying to understand rather than calling her XYZ. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait.
That is what a lot of these men will call other men. He a simp. He a punk. Okay, he let that woman run all over him. Just because you are being treated with respect. I told y'all, it took that to happen to me at one of my jobs. And I was working with my brother. And the man I was with at the time, we worked at the same company. He was treating me real nice. We worked at a factory. He would walk me down to my line, and my brother got to calling him all types of simps. That's how I figured out who my brother really was. He ain't no damn good. And reside, honey, on the first floor with the rest of these fools.
I'm simp. But then I just be like, I'm a simp then.
Right.
But where are we getting that from?
Brokenness. Our leaders are broken men. When you look at the president, when you look at our top rappers, when you look at our radio hosts, when you look at our television hosts, 90% of them are broken men. Men from fatherless homes, men who have never gone to better help, men who have not done therapy, have not done coaching, have not looked in the mirror, have not worked on themselves at all.
So good, man.
And from there, these men get a platform, they get put on a pedestal, and they push this narrative of womanizing and making money. And then when we see y'all successful, and you're in that group, and you trying to own up and do different things and share different messages, but if somebody building a brand, right, and you see somebody like myself with 1.8 million people on Facebook, 400,000 on YouTube, 900,000 on Instagram, 300,000 on Twitter. If you building a brand and you value women, why wouldn't you bring me on your show to share what we talk about with my audience, to introduce my audience to your audience?
Yes, sir.
You the only guy that invited me on your show.
For real.
Exactly, because they all into tearing women down, okay?
Because men are afraid of these type of conversations.
All right, you guys, that is all I got to say about that. Get down in Miss Robinson's comments, honey. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.